What's going on, guys? Kellen here with Dreamedia Home Theater. We're super excited to be out here at CEDIA 2024, right next beside John Heron with Trinnov. He's going to step in, tell us about this awesome demo space that they've set up here, right in the middle of the showroom floor, and touch on a little bit of more of the waveforming technology that they've implemented in this room. So, John, I'll let you take it away.
Okay. So, about 2 weeks ago, we released Waveforming as a free software update to everyone who has an altitude. Waveforming is a radical new approach to solving the problem of very low frequencies in the size of room that you're likely to have at home, which acousticians call a small room, but that's as compared to a concert hall, right? So waveforming works great with just 4 subs with like 1 in each corner of the room. If you bring them in a little bit to say the 1/4 and 3/4 points, it gets even a little bit better. It doesn't cost you anything, you just move the subs a bit. And as you move up the scale, you can do a little better and better each time because, you know, there's still the laws of physics. So we have a guide on our website. If you go to trinnov.com and look under resources, you'll find a design guide, a subwoofer placement tool, a microphone placement tool for organizing all the measurements. But in just the last couple of weeks, since we've allowed everybody and anybody to have access to waveforming, we've seen more than 500 downloads already, and I'm helping people on almost a daily basis design and configure their systems. Here at the show, based on the fact that, as you can probably hear, it's loud here. The ambient noise level is around 85 dBSBL. I am definitely going to lose my voice before this day is out. So we have to go a little bit over the top to compete with all of the background noise. And besides, it's a trade show. It's just fun. So we have a total of 14 D215S subwoofers in here. There are 8 in the front wall, 6 in the back wall. Granted, it's a little bit over the top, but it's a trade show. You know, you don't go to Disney World for the Slinky Dog ride, right? You go for Space Mountain. So this is Space Mountain here at CEDIA. Our partners this year include per listen, as I mentioned, Kaleidoscape, Barco. We're showing the Nerdthus, which is their flagship 32,000 ANSI lumen projector. You'll be glad to know that we actually turned it down a little bit because you'd need dark glasses to watch a movie. But it's a stunning picture. We're using MadVR for the video processing. And of course, the room itself is Officina Acustica, the Italian company that we've partnered with for a number of years now. So we have an Altitude 32, which is handling all of the decoding and HDMI switching and the waveforming algorithm and all of that. Because we have quite a few speakers in this room, we also are using the Altitude 48 extension to up the channel count beyond the merely 36 that the Altitude 32 can do. And then the rest of the power you can see in the rack behind us here. Of course, the subwoofers come with their own built-in power amps. Everything else in the system is being driven from our Amplitude 16 power amplifiers. There's 2 of them handle the entire room. So the idea behind waveforming, just briefly, is we want to control the way the sound moves through the room rather than just spraying it in every direction and letting the room do what it does. So we're controlling the way the sound moves through the room to avoid ceiling and floor and sidewall reflections as much as possible. And then the only thing we're left with is when the bass gets to the back of the room, we actively absorb it. The idea here is to not mitigate the problems of standing waves, but actually to eliminate those problems by not allowing the standing waves to start in the first place. Standing waves happen because of all the reflected energy that's bouncing around in the room, and all of those reflections interfere with other reflections as well as with the direct sound that's happening right now. And it's all of that interference that creates the seat-to-seat inconsistency, plus those low frequencies tend to last for a much longer time than mid-range and high frequencies. So you have a lot of kind of low-frequency mud in the room, and that you can think of it almost like raising the noise floor in the room in a normal room, which obscures a lot of dynamic contrast and detail that would otherwise be there. It's in the soundtrack. You just can't hear it because, you know, rooms do bad things to otherwise good speakers. To the degree that we can eliminate the room, we're actually using the sidewalls, floor, and ceiling as a waveguide in this case, so it becomes a positive rather than a negative. And then we're absorbing the energy as soon as you've heard it one time.
Yeah.
And so it's as though you're listening out of doors instead of indoors. And you hear everything that's in the recording without all of that extra cacophony of bass that's bouncing around longer than it should. The difference is remarkable. It cleans up not only the deep bass, but a lot of the mid-range and dialogue intelligibility is cleaned up simply because you don't have that masking effect of all the low-frequency noise bouncing around in the room. It's a pretty radical technology. We admit it took us more than 7 years to develop it. We are just now at the end of about a 1.5 year long public beta, but now it's available to everybody. We have resources on the website where you can learn more about it. You go to www.trinnov.com, and then under the resources menu, you'll see the Waveforming starter kit, which includes design guidelines and an explanation of how things work and why we do things the way we do, as well as very specific tools that'll help you figure out how many subwoofers would be ideal for your room and exactly where to put them. And then there's also even a microphone planner, because part of waveforming is taking detailed spatial measurements throughout the listening area, because we need and want to really understand what's going on at low frequencies throughout the listening area in 3 dimensions. And that's how we can do the magic that we do.
Yeah. I think it's great that you guys are transparent on the technology, transparent on a lot of the tools that a lot of people could utilize to maybe not even utilize right away, but maybe help plan a room. That's another thing I wanted to bring up. If you guys don't really want to do the work on your own, we'd love to work with you on that and get a result. We're already building out a couple of waveforming rooms already. I know we have a couple of people that are going to be coming through the booth that are interested to see this technology, to see if it's something that they're going to want to do in their own home theaters. And so, John, I really appreciate you taking the time to discuss a little bit more of the waveforming technology first and foremost, but also give some insight of what we're going to experience. I'm really excited to jump in there, see everything. And I know you guys are going to always knock it out of the park, as you always do here at CEDIA. But that's going to wrap it up for today's video. This is Kellen and John with Trinnov. We're out here at CEDIA 2024. If you guys are interested in anything Trinnov or anything audio, video related, feel free to give us a call. If you like this video, give us a big thumbs up. Leave a comment down below if you were able to be here to hear this room as well. And we'll catch you in the next one.